What? Okay, wrong person. Wrong person. Hello.
Hi guys, welcome to Excited Utterance. This is Hella. How is everybody doing today? We have a wonderful show for you. And now
Well, that didn't work out, did it? Hello, everybody. Excited Utterance here, and I was fighting with a little kitten who, ow, she got me. No. Wow, that was a boomer start, wasn't it? Hi, everybody. Hella's been taking her horse. Now that's a good comment. G'day, Hella and chat from sunny Melbourne. Hello. Is it sunny down there? It's sunny here too, and it's goddamn hot. Summer has started early. My notification finally worked. Yes. Hello, Kathy. Hi, Hella. Hi, all in chat. Suni is big time being a kitten. Oh, there she is. She's up in my... Oh, she's in my bookshelf now, and she's starting to whack things down. I was like, okay, so before we started, Dali and I were both on screen. Then I started the stream up, and then I took him away. I thought I was taking him away, but actually I was taking myself away whilst I was battling with Suni, and clearly that's what happened. So Dali ended up on stream, and me still fighting with Suni. I was like, get off, get off. Yep. So you missed a really hilarious moment. If I had been the one who'd ended up on screen, you would have seen her attacking me. It would have been funniest cat videos. Damn. Mavka is here. Oh, hey, the Chugi Show. I can't listen right now, visiting family at hospital. Still no verdict. Yeah, still no verdict. Do they deliberate this Sunday? I don't think so. No. And sorry to hear that your family's in hospital, Chugi Show. That's no good. We're going to talk about that today, about what's been happening today at the courthouse, because they have been looking over some evidence today that the jury did come in. Now, today we have a special guest, and he's just come in, so I'm not sure how the audio is going to go. We're going to test it in front of all of you guys. But first, I'll bring in my co-host. Hey, Dali.
how are you?
Yeah, no, he's not hosting. But that was fun. Kathy says no deliberation Sunday in US. Also, Monday is a federal holiday. Oh, what?
Yeah.
Veterans Day. So who knows?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, actually, knowing Judge Gull, they will probably go through anyway, because there was a holiday, wasn't there, already, and they worked through the holiday. So Judge Gull, I think, will allow them to decide for themselves, because she tends to be that way with the jury.
Veterans Day is a court holiday.
It's a what?
I'm trying to see if it's a...
Oh, it's a court holiday, so the court workers don't need to be there either.
I believe so.
That might make a difference.
Let me look.
Yeah, they work through election day. So on election day, court was still in.
Although that's not a holiday.
Isn't it?
Nope.
Oh.
Not
okay,
here.
sorry, I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
I know.
I can't believe it's taking this long. Makes me nervous. I am so nervous. All right, now let's bring to stage. Can I unmute him? Why can't I unmute him?
You'll have to unmute himself.
He has to unmute himself. E-man, unmute yourself. Can you do that? I don't know if you can even hear us.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
Hey,
Hey!
Hey,
How's it
guys.
going?
how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Good.
Hey.
Welcome to
Everything
the
dropped out.
stream.
Yeah, I'm on. Yeah, Filthy Chatters made on stream.
Yeah.
You
How are
filthy
you doing?
chatters. You loony.
No,
It's so good to have you here. Yay. Eman is here. So I put in one of the descriptions that you or it's in the description of the stream that you got your name from the side of a router. Is that true?
Are you there?
Hello,
we
Eman,
overwhelm
you
him?
there?
Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
Is he buffering?
There we go. Now, I think he's back now.
Okay, yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Did you get your name from the side of an internet router? Hello?
Oh, it's Hella's
Struggling.
internet again.
It's not.
Try turning your camera off and see if that helps.
Or you can try leaving and coming back in again. That can help sometimes too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
See, streaming takes a really good internet connection.
who knows?
That's one of the things that you learn sometimes. But it's
Yeah,
like, Eman is,
He's staring at me.
he's stoic.
He's
Tell you
undressing
what,
me with his eyes.
he's undressing you with his eyes. He'll be back. He'll be back. Eman looks like the bad guy from MIB3. Look, NBN is terrible, but I found a new ISP, so I changed over to, it's called Superloop, Emu, and they're on Telstra's network, but you don't have to deal with Telstra, which is even better. So that worked out. He's back. Hello. Can you hear us now?
Okay.
Moving and seeing and things okay?
Yeah, I'm alright. I'm moving.
Move around a bit.
Cool.
Yeah.
I moved.
Yep.
Yeah, I closed some stuff. Maybe my shit was fucking up, and I closed Steam. So.
That would probably
That'll
be it.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll happen. All right. So back to my stupid joke. Did you get your name from the side of a router?
No, I'm just uncreative.
You're right. Okay. Cool. Yes.
Yeah.
It's really good to have you here. Have you been
Yeah.
wanting to get on a stream for a while or start your own channel or something like that?
No, not really. I'm like cool, just being in the comments, being a fuckhead a little bit. I mean, I do. Sometimes I'll do streaming. I have like a music channel that I do with, and I'll just like play like old school video games, but it's like, it's not real, you know.
Nice.
Okay, cool. Sweet. All right. Well, today we're talking about the Delphi situation. You've been keeping up with that?
Yeah. Yeah. I was listening to Andrea last night, and before the stream, I was listening to her previous stream where she was talking about her notes on the closings, the defense closing. And the fact that we don't have a verdict is crazy, and that's like doesn't seem very good for old Alan, like at all.
It could be bad or not. Like when like they say a quick verdict is a bad verdict, and then again, so what's a long verdict then?
Rittenhouse.
What's a good? Yeah. So how long did Rittenhouse take?
28 hours.
Did it? Was
Yeah.
it 28?
Yeah, 4 days. And they didn't even they weren't arguing. They just wanted to go over every single.
Hi, chat, by the way. Hi, chat.
Yeah. And okay. The other thing I wanted to say is, Andrea, when she read those closing arguments, it was like being in the courtroom. Like, I just have to say, if you haven't watched her read those closing arguments, it's like she's reading a script. I don't know how she managed to get that much level of detail whilst they were actually talking. I'd love to compare it to the transcript of the actual closing arguments when they become available.
She must be a fast writer.
She must be a super fast writer. Apparently she doesn't do shorthand. Apparently she's actually writing that stuff.
Wow.
That's crazy.
It was nuts. I need to watch that back again because I'm trying to mod at the same time, and I actually had to jump out and just listen for a bit because, especially when she did the defense closing argument, she did it with such passion. It was really interesting. So anyway, here we are, and it's been she's a smart broad by fronts. Yeah, I know. No, sorry, you mean Andrea. A mentat from June. Okay, don't know what that is. She's pretty good at just about everything except ending a stream. That's what Jeff and I have decided.
Oh, not that way.
Not you. Maybe she needs you on the team.
She really does.
You mean they're just like really long? Because they are long as hell.
Well, because the thing with Andrea is she won't give up on reading all the super chats and things like that, and she answers all of the questions in detail. So she's been lacking sleep because she ends up like one day she read super chats for 3 hours. So, and it doesn't matter how much people pay or whatever, she'll answer everything. And so last time, I think it was not the stream that had a panel on it. The last time she did the court stream, she actually turned off. Jeff encouraged her to turn off super chats at 10 p.m. so she could get some sleep. So how many streamers do that actually turn away money? That's not.
And our streams are like
often.
enormous, so like she probably missed out on like thousands of dollars potentially, like
a fair bit of money. Yeah. So Kathy says, I think the best is a hung jury. The experts in Coburger explained it hella, I think. Remember when they said the impact police chief DAs have in small towns? If they say this is the guy,
it's believed.
And this is what bugs me. And I've noticed, okay, so in Andrea's chat, we try and avoid like talking about what other streamers are saying, especially like, because people come in and they go, oh, so-and-so doesn't know what they're talking about. So-and-so's spouting this theory. And we just try and keep it on track. Let's just focus on what Andrea is saying right now, guys. But here, we can talk about whatever we want, right? Now, what I'm noticing, and I'm trying now to sort of get other people's perspectives and look at some other channels and what they're saying. And what I've noticed is there are channels that are covering it who are, even after all the evidence has come in, they're still saying, I'm wavering. I don't know how I feel. He could be guilty. I think I'd vote not guilty. I think I'd vote guilty. And it's like, well, okay. If you really have doubt, then that's not guilty, right? Like, if you're feeling like you would have doubt in the situation, then why would you even consider voting guilty? To me, that doesn't really make any sense. Like, am I wrong, guys? Like, if you're in a position of influencing like a lot of people, like tens of thousands of people, maybe hundreds of thousands of people, is that a good thing to do, to tell people that you would potentially 1 minute vote guilty and then the next minute go, no, I would vote not guilty, and that you're wavering between the two? I don't know. Like, I think people need to really think about how their words influence others. What do you guys think? The thing is, everyone should be biased to defense. It's the state's burden to prove guilt. Absolutely, KLF. Absolutely. But everyone is not biased towards defense. Most people are biased towards the state.
Oh, not
So-
bad. All right. All right. Sorry, I was going to say. Well, first of all, who's saying that, and where are they getting their information? Because Andrea is literally in the courtroom, and regardless of what her opinion is, she's like got the best information, and you can make of what you can have your opinion on that. But she's literally bringing like the raw data and then commenting on it with her opinion. But like, where is anyone else getting their information? You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, there are people in the courtroom reporting this way.
Reddit.
I'm not gonna say names.
Sure.
But there are.
like Mrs. Grace.
Well, if you want to call her being in the courtroom, she's there for what, an hour and a half, something like that.
An hour.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I couldn't believe I was going to say, I found out last night, watching potentially Criminal Sean's model stream. She used to be a prosecutor.
Yep.
And I thought that maybe she was just like an old news person or something. But the fact that she was a prosecutor and she's like, it's like there's no words for how stupid and how fucking idiotic she seems in that light.
Fulton County prosecutor.
And she's dishonest, for sure.
Yeah, she's had cases overturned for dishonesty and stuff like that.
Yeah, and apparently she's been spanked for being a fucking moron.
Yeah.
While she was a
And
prosecutor.
Absolutely.
she's also had at least 2 people unalive themselves because after being interviewed by her.
Huh.
Sorry.
Yeah. Say that again.
You want me to?
No, you can.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you told me not to.
No, you can. You can say it. It's just like it happened.
Yeah, she's
There were
actually
there were
been
civil
sued
cases as a result.
yeah.
True.
And she settled twice that I've found. People would go on her show. She'd be like, "Oh, we just want you to tell the story about what happened," or somebody's child is missing, and then all of a sudden she just attacks them and blames them and like, "Oh, you killed your baby. You did this. You're evil." And then they can't live.
I mean,
with
that's
it
kind
in
of
the
funny
community.
to do, but maybe not in
Well-
the context where she's trying to be serious. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's not funny, but it's like
I mean, it
that sounds funny.
I get it. But then, like, they're overwhelmed with grief, and the community turns on them, and they can't take it anymore. And
And then self-deletion.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Right, so
I mean,
she's
this
just
is
an awful
documented.
person all around. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So what? There've been 2 wrongful death suits.
That I
Really?
found. Yeah,
Yeah.
there could be more, but
Yeah. So actually, somebody who knows a lot more than us about this is Max Mura. He's done his homework on this.
what doesn't
Yeah.
Oh, really? On Nancy Grace?
Oh yeah.
he knows
Oh
everything.
yeah. He's done his homework on a lot of people. But yeah, he knows about this. So we should get him on sometime and do a bit of an expose.
That'd be
But
cool.
one thing I wanted to just go back now and have a bit of a look at is there is somebody who's been in the courtroom who hasn't got a big platform but has some information about what's been going on today. And his name is his name is Aspen Connor. Aspen Connor, and he spoke today just in a 2-minute video about why the jury was there and what they were reviewing. So I'm just going to bring this video up for a second. Let's do that, shall we? At this stage, go. Oh, looky here. I've got you guys all the way over there. How about I change that? Okay, there you go. That's nicer. Alrighty. And I press play.
Good morning. I am in Delphi, Indiana. This is Aspen Connor. I just wanted to bring you a quick update. We are on day 3 of jury deliberations in the Richard Allen trial for the double homicide of Abigail Williams and Liberty German. There was a lot of commotion around the courthouse this morning, because after they brought the jury in, they also did transport Richard Allen to the courthouse. A lot of people assumed that was because there might be a verdict, but in actuality, what's really happened
This guy do
is the jury is requested to see more evidence.
Is he what? Sorry.
I said, did this guy do it? Is he a fucking killer?
Stop it.
And Richard Allen has a right to be in the courtroom when they review that evidence. And the pieces of evidence that I've been told they are going over are the Jerry Holman interrogation of Richard Allen, and also the video or audio from Libby's phone. They expect that to take about 2.5 hours. They'll have to have lunch, and they are scheduled to break at 2 p.m. today. So I'm still hoping for a verdict as soon as possible. And as soon as I know more, I will bring that information to everyone. So please, let's all say a prayer for Libby and Abby and their families and the town of Delphi. It's a zoo and a madhouse up there. And I can't wait for this town to return to a sense of normalcy and peace. Anyway, I will be back, I'm sure, at some point today to report on what's going on. But that's what I'm hearing this morning. And I will keep you updated. Have a great day.
Also, it's a nice day for a white wedding.
Yeah. That is creepy. What the fuck? He kind of looks like, I can't remember his name, but like there's a huge YouTuber from like the past 7 years. I forget what his name is, but he looks just like him. He looks like a punished version of that YouTuber. Or if that YouTuber was doing a Billy Idol cosplay or something. I can't remember the name though.
Yeah. I take men who have very bleached blonde hair. Find it very hard to take them seriously. But for a 2-minute update, that was pretty good. I got all I needed to know in 2 minutes. So, and I think, yeah, he is from the area. He's been in the courtroom. We heard what we needed to hear. And they're gonna find him guilty. They're not gonna find him guilty. Is that what you think? Yeah, Kathy, I knew that confession was going to be something this jury couldn't disregard. Bad news for Mr. Allen, I think. Now, hang on a minute. No, what they wanted to look at was the Jerry Holman interrogation. So it wasn't the hang on a minute. The Jerry Holman interrogation. Is that the one in Westville, or I think Jerry Holman interrogation was the Reed Technique one.
Yeah.
That's the one in the station.
Yeah.
That's not where he confessed.
Mm-mm.
That's
So
not
I
where
think
he
they're
confessed.
trying to probably compare his voice.
I think it's a voice comparison. I think they're
Hopefully.
trying to see whether or not they can match up the voice. I suppose.
That's smart.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Because that's like the most literal, solid thing. Because they've really got nothing here, man. There's no DNA. There's no nothing. So yeah, if they think that they can sort it out by the voice, at least it means that they're thinking in terms of what can we actually get a hold of. Because like there's nothing to latch onto.
And I would have.
Yeah, it is the Reed one. Yeah. So that's the interrogation. That's then. So, and that was before he went nuts or anything.
Yeah.
Right? So that was him being Richard Allen. Normal Richard Allen.
Yeah.
So that's a smart thing for them to do to get him then. Before
Absolutely.
he starts rambling.
And loses, yeah.
Because I would imagine the way he speaks would have changed when he was in that situation in isolation.
That
They
too.
would have seen that. So, yeah, normal Richard Allen, closer to the way he would have been back in 2017. Compare that to that voice on the bridge. Because, you know what? They only got to see it 1 or 2 times during
True.
the whole time. It's not like us. We get to watch it over and over again.
Yeah.
Whereas, yeah, in court, it was just played for them a little bit. And then they had to kind of remember it. So, yeah, I'd be like, bring it. Let's see it again. And yeah, you're right. That's all they've got. It is, like you say, man, like the most literal way of trying to put the two things together.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I only saw a portion of Andrea's review of the or the details of the defense closing, but I hope that they really included in there a strong definition of beyond a reasonable doubt, because I think that's going to be the standard, right? It's like, how can you look at anything here, even from the perspective of what's only been shown at court? And again, I'm just going off of I've only listened to Andrea, but it's like, how do you not just open your eyes, and how do you not see reasonable doubt? Like, are you serious? The state has given you something to, like, you're really struggling with this? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Kathy's right too. Like, that's the thing. Bridge guy may just be a person walking the bridge. They need more evidence than just a few seconds of bridge guy. Well, I don't know how much the defense attacked whether or not bridge guy is the guy. I don't remember there being that much talk of that. But to me, that also makes sense. Like, it's just, even the words down the hill don't necessarily come from that figure.
Yeah.
Over there, like, you can't see a mouth moving. You can't see anything. It's just so distorted.
True.
And it's over there. So it could have come from behind also. Like, the words guys down the hill could have come from somebody else behind the camera. There's so many holes in this. And you're right, Eman, it's like, how can you not find reasonable doubt here? There's so much missing.
It's reasonable doubt. Like, I don't know what the fucking problem is. It's like, there's got to be a couple people on the jury, or like one person on the jury who's like watches Nancy Grace, or is like, because, you know, there's no such thing as like these, there's no, like, juries are looking at stuff all the time. Like, they're told not to, but it's like, you're a person, you're not gonna, you know, you're gonna go home and you're gonna watch streams, you're gonna look at the news. Like, it's all bullshit.
They are sequestered.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Ah,
yes.
That's crazy. And they got their phones taken away?
Probably, yeah.
I don't know about that.
Wow. Well, they're able to contact their family at certain times, but as far as like having their phones, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, imagine being like, they've been away from their families for what, 5 weeks?
Yeah,
something like that. They're on day 16, so it's not quite that, but
has any of the jury,
not like in a hurry? Like, the jury.
Has any of the jury resorted to eating their shit as well? Like, they can't have their phones, they can't talk to their family.
But it's interesting because there's a parallel there. Like, I feel like they're being kept away from their family. I mean, they're not in terrible conditions or anything like that, but they've had some of their liberty taken away, and yet here they are in this situation. I mean, they can feel a tiny little bit of what it's like to not have all the freedoms that they usually do.
Yeah, it makes them sympathetic to Alan for sure.
In a little bit, yeah. And they've done nothing wrong, right? They're just doing their civic duty. They're doing what they're meant to do. He was doing what he was meant to do by calling that tip line.
Yeah.
And I can't quite get past the criticism of him for doing that. Like, well, why did he call? Why did he put himself there? Like, that's a huge part of the prosecution's case. Is like, he put himself there. Well, he called the tip line because he knew he was there.
I mean, that's like what regular,
illegal
normal,
about going hiking.
Clueless people might do. You know, it's like, oh, I can help. I want to help. You know, people who don't talk to the cops. People who don't think about, oh, they might get me. You know what I mean? Like, for no reason, they might try to pin it on me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not crazy that.
Yeah.
You know. They see it on the news.
jury's-
They're like, "Oh, these girls have died. This is terrible. I'll try to help if I can."
Yeah, and I think like if it was, I mean, I didn't hear what they actually said to the public at the time, but I would assume they would say, if you were out there, please call in. Like if you're out there that day, it would have been, you would have felt like it was your duty to call in,
Sure.
right? Like, okay, I was out there that day. I need to call in.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have thought, I mean, you didn't do anything, so you wouldn't have thought anything of it. Yeah, okay, I call in, I tell them everything I saw.
Yeah.
And nothing did come of it for
Sure.
5 years. 4 or 5 years. Yeah, I think you mean jury isn't in solitary confinement, Phil. No, they're not. It's a different thing. But being away from your family and that, I mean, I would hope it would give them some perspective. Isn't it interesting that they're not in a huge hurry to get back?
True.
Like, I would have thought they would have been, like, verdict as quick as possible. And let's get out of here. Or mistrial as quick as possible. We're at an impasse. Okay, bye.
Maybe one of them doesn't like their spouse.
Yeah. Now listen, guys, he might be guilty. Let's listen to this thing again.
Yeah.
Don't let me go home. Yeah.
Please.
This
Yeah.
is why you never talk to cops. No, this is why you never talk to cops. Absolutely. Yeah, I was half expecting it to be like Karen Reed in that, okay, so they're there for what? How long was it? 6 hours for them?
6. Oh.
Something like that. Wasn't very long. And they came along and went, we're at an impasse. We can't decide. And she's like, okay, bye.
Yeah, I thought that we'd be
So, yeah.
talking about a verdict, and I was looking earlier today, and then they went to the courtroom. They left the court, so it was very surprising for sure.
And you know,
And
like,
some- Sorry, good.
sorry, go. Well,
I was
my
gonna
opinion
mention-
on Bev is that she was like, see you later, because she had a really good feeling that they were going to acquit if she let them continue deliberating. Right? So, okay, better to have a mistrial and keep this thing going
And we know
than
now
have an
that
acquittal.
they did on most counts.
Yeah. And Gull, I feel like she would really, really like this to be a guilty verdict. And if they were to come along and say, hey, we're at an impasse, I think she'd be pretty happy to have a mistrial. That's just my take on it. But they haven't done that. They haven't asked. They haven't said that they can't possibly come to a decision. So if it were a situation where they all knew amongst themselves that there were a couple of people in there who ain't going to shift, and they didn't think that it's possible that there's going to be a unanimous outcome, we probably would know that by now. Maybe.
Well, with the amount of like crazy, weird, suspicious, like just totally insane things, you know, it's probably another. It's very conspiratorial, but it's like maybe there's some kind of Odinist plant in the jury.
Yeah.
You never know.
I wouldn't be surprised, man.
Yeah, because it's like I don't recall much about the coverage of the jury selection, but I wonder if I don't recall if they were able to ask questions pertaining to, you know, the Odinism thing or whatever.
That's true.
No.
During that.
No.
They weren't allowed to.
Nope. No mention of it.
No. Can't. No.
Right.
We don't talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
We don't talk about that. Hey, Moon Goddess, how's it going? Good to see you. Yeah, so... Because imagine if they brought up Odinism in the jury selection, and because when they're just at that point yet, they're not under oath yet, right? So
No.
like they haven't taken their jury oath yet. So wouldn't the first thing you do when you go out for lunch go and search up Odinism in regard to this case? Wouldn't
True. Yeah.
that would be
Yeah.
what you do, right?
That being said, it is also very easy to lie if you wanted to be part of the jury. You know what I mean? If you were
Yeah.
going to be a plant or something.
Absolutely. Hello, Nick. Me, Raid. Oh, that's nice of you. Do you want to come on and talk? You can come over and talk if you want. We are talking all about the fact we don't have a verdict yet. We do not have a verdict yet. Nick, what is going on? What do you think about that? Oh, man. And Nick, and you gifting 5 memberships. That's so nice of you.
5 subs.
5
Thank you,
subs. 5 subs from Nick. What a man. A
I'll
real
sometimes
Viking.
catch Nick's coverage of the YSL.
Yeah.
What a brutal thing to like be covering, man. It's just like fucking goes on and on and
I'll
on.
send you a
and
link,
on.
Nick.
Oh, Nick's coming on. Sweet. Sweet. Yeah, I mean, well, Nick's the original. Nick was covering the trial right from the start. And even from the slow parts.
Yeah.
And, yeah, he knows all about it. Ken's counseling coach says, trust the police. The police are your friends. Only the guilty need a lawyer, TM. The government is benevolent and only prosecutes bad people. Bad people. Nick! Hello, mate.
Hey!
How are you?
I had a recap today, and almost all of my wheel of regrets was taken care of.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so hot sauces and booze.
Ooh,
Hey!
fun.
So no regrets.
No regrets,
No
Folks.
regrets.
folks. I need to see $50 in super chats or gifted memberships to Hella, and I will take a drink on this stream.
I love it. Have you met Mr. Emanesru down here? He is our
Probably
special
not.
guest today.
I something alike has. I've seen the handle, I think, in either mine or somebody else's stream,
Yo.
but I'm not sure if it's mine or somewhere else. Hi. I love your hair.
Hiya, Nick. Yeah, I'm alright. Yeah, I watch a lot of LawTube streams, and I do pop into yours sometimes, occasionally for the YSL. So yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Nice to meet you too.
Eman won the grand final of my Boone'n'Swoon court quiz. So,
Gay game. I'm the fucking champion. Beat the whole chat and Dali.
the champion, everybody. And so he got to choose between either coming on stream or a graphic design lesson with moi. And he chose coming on stream, which is a good choice, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're so happy to have you on. This is good fun. Good fun. So, Nick,
Yep.
what do you think about the fact we do not have a verdict yet? What do you reckon it means?
Oh, I would be much more worried if it was a 2-hour verdict. Much more worried.
Yeah.
They are in, if I remember the tweeters, about hour 16. And for me, that means
Suffer, chat.
they are at least not in unison.
Yeah.
Somebody there is either really convinced of guilt or not. And it's hard to say because
Yeah.
we've seen so many trials with longer than 20 hours, and all of a
yeah.
sudden they come back guilty. And you
Yeah.
just went, excuse me? And sometimes you see them hung. And yeah, but for me, if I would to remove every piece of bias I have in this trial, I would still say that there is not for me. It's not even close with
How do
the
you
state's case. With the state's case, it's not
Oh,
even
no.
close. But
Absolutely not.
with that said, confessions, for some odd reason, is by many people. As soon as somebody says, I'm guilty,
Yeah.
they hang on to it through hurricanes. And even though, I mean, people actually still believe in lie detectors. People still
What's with
believe
that?
in bite marks. People still believe in those things, and bite marks haven't been allowed for 30 years.
Really?
Lie detectors were thrown out at least 15 years ago.
I am so surprised when people go, "Oh, did he take a lie detector test?" It's like, why are you talking about lie detector tests? You know, okay.
Yeah.
Nancy Bloody Grace is another reason why people talk about lie detector tests. She talks about them all the goddamn time. Oh, will you take a lie detector test? I'll organize it. It's like, woman.
I mean, lie detector tests are funny and based, and yeah, it's good for Maury, and it's good for like asking someone if they're gay or something, or you know. But
Maury,
they're not
yeah.
They had an affair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
you might as well go into court and ask, does this tarot card mean anything to you?
I have a Ouija board.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's so lame. But okay, so here's the thing, right? Like, yes, people do hold on to confessions. They think confessions, they outweigh a lot of other factors. However, this jury has seen the state he was in when he made the confessions. They've seen it for themselves, right?
Yeah.
And they've also seen him say, they've seen him waver and go, did I do it? Maybe I did it. I'll say whatever they want me to say.
Yeah.
They've seen that, right? So it's not really the same kind of confession, is it? When you've seen the guy actually getting tortured.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah, but then again, the United States have heard about torture for quite some time. And people are still incarcerated in that Cuban prison,
Guantanamo.
Guantanamo. They heard of waterboarding. They heard of everything.
Yeah.
It's hard to say because these are layman people. They don't cover trials like we do.
Yeah.
They are bus stop people, more or less a jury. You could go down to a bus stop near the court and say, "You 12, come with me." And we don't know. And is it worrisome to me that they take this long? Yes, but it's still better than a 2-hour verdict. Remember Zachariah Anderson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was even less evidence towards Zachariah than in this case, and he was still convicted.
Yes. In fact, it's sad. Like we're getting now to, what is it, about 18 months now since Zach, and people. It's not just that people have forgotten. Like people like us, we remember it so well, but there's so many people who just didn't see it.
Yeah.
And when you say that, like, this man, Zachariah Anderson, he was convicted on less,
Yeah.
right? And it just, the comment comes and goes. You know what I mean? And it's, for people like Dali and myself and so many others in chat, it was the case that really rocked our foundation and made us question everything.
Yeah.
If someone can be convicted on a speck, and not even a speck, a pinhead of transfer DNA, and not a hair follicle or anything like that, transfer DNA, and nothing else, really nothing else, everything else refutes his guilt, what the hell?
Yeah.
Because Zach, there was a little bit of DNA, right?
In which one?
Zach?
In Zachariah.
It was transfer DNA, and it was a pinhead, and it was on the inside
Right.
of his van. Now, I mean, Nick, you want to explain that?
Oh, well, that, first of all, it was misrepresented by the DNA expert. The DNA expert is supposed to say these are the probabilities. Instead, she was asked a question by the prosecution, was this a match? And she said yes. No probabilities, no nothing. And the sample was destroyed in testing, which means that the defense had no way of actually controlling the result. The tester didn't keep notes, which that person is obliged to do. So when it comes to that, could it have been a match? Yeah, but she never said to which degree. She only said to a certain degree of scientific certainty. That could be 0.
Yeah.
We
Shocking.
don't know.
That was okay. So, and yeah, there was a letter, and that was that was from Steve's friend in Florida, and she refuted that testimony about the DNA evidence, because usually when you get DNA evidence, you get a figure, you get 1 in 1 octillionth or something like that, and they'll say 1 in 1 octillionth chance that it isn't the defendant. Wasn't the case in this instance. It was to a reasonable degree of scientific certainty, which is just not the standard for how you're supposed to represent DNA evidence at trial. Anyway, so back to Richard, and he has no DNA evidence against him. There's no sign of him at the crime scene. And when there's no sign of somebody, when nothing is left behind, lack of evidence is evidence, as far as I'm concerned, right? So how can you possibly leave nothing behind? Yeah, apparently,
it is basically impossible.
Yeah.
First of all, they claimed that whoever was on that bridge took the girls, led them through a stream, and then everything that happened with the slit of throats, the throwing down of the sticks, redressing, you leave DNA. There is no it is physically impossible for a perpetrator to not leave traces of DNA. And there is 0 against Richard. There are unknown traces of DNA. There are unknown hair. And they never tested it. And here's the thing with DNA. Even if you get a really, really low sample, you still get these alleles, which you can compare towards, not to include, but to exclude. And they never tested it. And it's the same with the witnesses who went to the trial. Please tell us what you saw, Not one of them was asked is Richard Allen, the person you saw, not one.
Isn't that interesting? Isn't
Because
that
they were
interesting?
scared of the answer.
Yeah,
And
they
the
were
same
scared of the
with
answer.
these unknown hairs. They didn't test it because they were scared of the answer.
They didn't test the hair ever.
They tested the one hair that was twisted, but none of the other hairs.
And that was
None.
that was the sister. That was Kelsey. Is it Libby's sister?
I
No,
don't
Abby's
remember.
sister.
Yeah.
No, it might be. I think it's Libby's sister. Help me, chat. I don't want to get my facts wrong. If anybody knows for sure which one it is, but Kelsey is a sister of one of the decedents. And apparently, if you point this out, YouTube is pointing that out. That is blaming the family.
Yeah,
as
but
Nancy Grace says.
No.
Libby's
Nancy
sister.
Grace
It's an
is
attack.
Nancy Grace is a hack.
Yeah.
Complete hack.
Yeah, but that's blaming the family. So you can't be pointing out that it's Libby's sister, Kelsey, because that's blaming the family and bringing the family into it, and that's disgusting and vile. So you can't be doing that, even though it's been proven to be Kelsey's hair that was wrapped tightly around the finger.
Is that the one that was pulled from the root?
Yes.
What?
Yeah. So we'll just
That
look the
makes
other
me
way at
think that
that.
she did it. You know?
Can't be saying that, YouTuber.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Fuck
You
your channel.
YouTuber. You.
Yeah.
Now, I just wanted to come back to something someone else said. Was it Chinny? Chinny said, what would the trial look like? Yeah. How different would this trial be if it had no confessions? Now, that's interesting because I've always wondered about this. How would this have even gotten to trial without the confessions? They didn't have them until they put him into solitary and they chucked all these drugs into him, right? So all they had before that was a really loose connection of him to Bridge Guy. Apparently somehow looks like Bridge Guy is wearing sort of the same thing, and he called up the tip line and they made up this thing about the bullet matching his gun, which, come on. But apart from that, they had nothing.
Yeah.
Right? So really, their case hinges around these confessions, which happened later, after they arrested him. Right?
I think they were going to try to get him no matter what, even if they didn't get the confessions out, because by that time they're kind of like already like abusing him and putting him in solitary. They were just trying to work out something that would be helpful. But if the defense is able to point out the conditions under which the confessions were given, then it'll go some way to discount them. But like Nick said, when you hear that someone's confessed to something, it's kind of like, well, why would they confess if they didn't do it? Now, if the jury was able to hear also that the guy's confessing to things that most certainly didn't happen, like killing his wife or whatever, then that'll go away to remove that from their minds as well. But I think they would have gone after him anyway. They would have, they don't have anyone else. Seems like they don't want to pin it on the one person whose DNA is on the scene in a kind of like a weird condition, where it's been clearly kind of, there was, like why else would you have your sister's hair wrapped around your finger, pulled from the root?
She was sharing clothes with.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
So that's the theory.
Yeah, so maybe in some sort of fight or flight kind of state, like she's grappling with somebody, and because the clothes did come off.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe it ends up entwined in some way. I don't know.
It is
but
odd,
yeah, the
but-
root thing does seem a little strange, but Hellfire says, the hair of the sister doesn't really matter to me. I can't even begin to imagine how much of my hair is scattered throughout the city.
Same.
Yeah, same.
Mhm.
So I did want to mention this though. So I see a lot of people mention True Crime Design did a whole video about Kelsey, and it's apparently very eye-opening. Now, this True Crime Design channel, they're the ones who were mentioned by Nancy Grace as the disgusting people who are pinning it on the family and how gross that is. And then they overlaid Andrea Burkett's name
Yes, they did.
on. Yes, they did.
Was Andrea's tweet about that? And by the time I looked at it, where was her name? Because I looked at the thing, and I didn't
Yeah.
see her name. So I think by the time I saw it, it had already been removed.
It was in the top left-hand corner, and it
Oh.
was, and then it changed to True Crime Design. So it was there, and then it changed, and I think that it may have been picked up from another channel who did it intentionally. So I think another channel actually, and I'm not sure on this, but I think another channel was commenting on the whole idea of there being that photo of Abby being photoshopped, which it's not, by the way, but being photoshopped out of two other images, and they implicated Andrea Burkhardt in spreading these rumors, right? And they put her name over it. And I think that Nancy Grace's team picked up on that and took the footage that said her name over the top and broadcast that to a much bigger audience, obviously. I think that's what happened. Might be wrong. But regardless, it did go out on Nancy Grace's channel, and it did have her name on it, and that is not anything that Andrea ever broadcast. So, yes, that's what she tweeted about.
It seems like at some point, Nancy Grace was liked and well known and like beloved a little bit, right? I mean, I was reading she covered stuff with Johnny Cochran and all that, so like people liked her at some point. So I imagine from Nancy's perspective, seeing someone like Andrea just like so thoroughly and so well and so expertly cover the case and like get thousands of people watching all the time. I bet she fucking hates it. And I bet like she's upset about it. She's jealous. And she's
jealous.
like, she can't find anything legitimate to kind of talk shit about Andrea. So they're kind of like muddling all this, whatever. They can point to someone else, say, oh, this person's accusing the family, and kind of just blanket YouTubers. Oh, we can put all their names together now and that kind of thing.
You YouTubers, she does. She just goes, you YouTubers, and then some names come up on the screen, and one of them happens to be hers. One of them happens to be Andrew's, and you can't just blanket go, you YouTubers, and then have one come up who they're not all the same, right? Andrea is like an attorney, and she's in the courtroom and she's reporting facts every day, and like her or not most people like her, but if like her or not, she's not some gossip monger. She's not some
Andrea's like a
tabloid.
next level law tuber. You know what I mean?
She is. She absolutely is. She's goals. So but you're right. Like that gives Nancy a way to put her down just to go like YouTubers, you YouTubers. And
it's like with the Johnny Depp trial, same kind of thing.
Yeah. And from what I can tell, Gull is also putting the YouTubers kind of in a different category in the courtroom. So we read out her petition for writ of mandamus to the Supreme Court of Indiana, and in it, Andrea stated that what Judge Gullett is doing is that the mainstream media, they have a chance to see the exhibits at the end of the day, so they're given sort of priority. They have sort of special treatment, whereas the public, and the YouTubers are a part of the public, they don't get any of that access. So there is sort of a hierarchy kind of thing going on. And I'm sure that the mainstream media are sort of walking around liking that a bit. But it's not right. It's public information, isn't it? And I haven't seen any response to that yet from the Supreme Court. So we'll see. We'll see. After Andrea called Nancy out, they privated the video, yep. But apparently reposted it, still having Andrea's name in the video. What? And privated it again? Really?
Yeah, whatever Nancy is trying to do, she's opening herself up to a major libel suit. Major.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who's
Okay.
Nancy Grace work for right now?
Yeah,
Because she work for like a network?
Yeah, because she puts Andrea Burkhart's name on top of allegations of leaking and publishing the photos of the girls, as if she actually have done it, which is completely false. And Nancy Grace has been made aware of it, and she still publishes Andrea's name as if she posts those pictures. And
Did she though? Did she make an allegation of her doing that? Because
in the
from what-
video, you have these YouTubers who post that video and whatevers, who
yeah,
post those pictures.
yeah.
So yeah, I think Andrea has a decent. Now, no defamation cases are particularly good, but
No.
yeah, and as Johnny Osprey, Nancy's poking the tiger. Yeah, Andrea Burkhart is an appellate lawyer. She doesn't kid around. And she has, take away all the YouTube stuff and everything, she has a lot of friends in high
That's true.
places.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are just some people you just don't want to FO with, because you will find out. And I do believe that Andrea Burkhart is one of these people. She can take almost everything. But push her over the edge, she will come for you.
Yeah, her
Okay,
tweet was pretty strongly worded towards Nancy.
Yeah.
Is Nancy Grace, is she independent or does she work for a network currently?
She's a nowadays I consider her a YouTuber, which is
Well,
interesting.
that's
because,
funny.
Yeah.
All right, so I've
Right.
got someone did clip the original. Hang on, and sorry guys, I need to fix you guys up. Just a minute. Noink. That'll do for now. All right, so someone did clip the original. That didn't fix it. Let me fix it. Meow. Ah, see, when I get more people coming in, I need to add camera slots. And I need to go like that, and then like that. Save, update. Okay, where'd Dali go? Okay. Right. You've got your own little square box there now. Okay, that's fine. That'll do.
You're
Okay.
square.
You're square. Oh, see, I can't live with that. I'm going to have to fix it.
Oh God. Oh,
What?
I just looked at it.
I know, right? It's like, huh?
Okay. Oh, sorry, that. Yeah, right.
Yeah. I used to threaten my audience with playing Nancy Grace, that if they don't super chat me, I will play Nancy Grace for them. And then if they don't, I play 5 minutes of Nancy Grace, and all of a sudden I have like $50 in super chats just to get rid of her.
All right, everyone pay me and I won't play it. Okay. Yeah, my OCD fix it. I had to fix it. Yeah. All right. So let's go. Let's watch this. So
In the courtroom at Delphi, that attacks have been made, brutal, vicious attacks on Abby and Libby's family. I hated to give the names of the YouTubers attacking them because I felt it would only give them more attention. But under much attack, I will now do so. Listen.
Revelations from the state of Indiana's
Andrea
case
Burka,
against
see?
Rick Allen have thus far exposed the collusion, incompetence, and utter fraud.
So that's not her voice.
No, that's not Andrea. Not even close. But she
Fraud
was
that-
named there.
Guys, I'm sure it was.
Not intentional.
No, Sarah, no.
But all right.
has taken place regarding the murders of 14-year-old Liberty Rosalind German and 13-year-old Abigail Joyce Williams in February 2017.
That is from YouTube, from a program purporting to be True Crime Design and more.
Okay.
The implications of such
Still there.
revelations are nothing new to me or my subscribers, but merely confirm our beliefs and suspicions as to what happened to Abby and Libby.
Again, from True Crime Design, they claim to know what really happened. Here, they
Okay. So she's saying the right thing, but it's just got the wrong name up there.
claim that the shot of the girls on the bridge has been faked, and they implicate Sister Kelsey. Listen.
This image is not real, nor is it the last photograph of Abigail, just moments before the killer approached. It first appeared on Facebook, not through law enforcement. It is an edited combination of this authentic photograph of Abby playing softball in a hotel parking lot and the bridge guy image itself, which is a template of sorts.
Susan Hendricks is joining me, investigative reporter and author of Down the Hill, My
Andrea
Descent into the Double Murder in Delphi.
Andrea never posted that.
No, of course she didn't. That's not her kind of content anyway.
This whole thing is, first of all, that's a fucking stupid theory. Those are not the same images. That looks dumb.
No.
And Nancy Grace is a fucking moron, and her team is stupid for. So she's saying the correct thing, but she's got the wrong person's name there.
Yeah. And
What the
she
fuck?
did this after being told, that's not Andrea.
Yeah.
And she still reposted. That is textbook defamation per se,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
It's pretty bad. Thank you, Steph JK. Cause Nick said so. $5. Thank you. Thank you very much for your support. Love you lots, and love the way you've been following me around the internet. You're so cute. Thank you for the support. Looks like it was a fuck up whoever made the graphic video. Yeah, look, yes, but she's responsible, right? So it's her show. It's her show. And yeah, she's speaking it correctly. So she's saying True Crime Design. She didn't say Andrea. So there's that. But it's
Maybe
still
she's
not
saying
okay.
it because it's wrong on the screen. Maybe that's the only reason why she's saying the name. You know?
So you think it's intentional?
Yeah.
I mean, it could be intentional, but no. I am saying they're like, oh, it's time to do this thing, but the video is fucked up. It's got the wrong person's name on it, and that's why she's saying the true crime whatever. Like that's the reason why she's saying it. And if Andrea did go after her for it, then I mean that would be her argument, I guess. It's like, oh well, I actually said the correct name.
Yeah, and it was just a human error. Sorry about that. Sorry.
Yeah, it was not intentional.
Not intentional. It gets Andrea's name out there. However, look, she's doing fine. I think she's doing all right. She doesn't need Nancy Grace. When you know you are wrong and say it anyway, that makes it very clear. I agree with Nick. Yeah. Nancy rolls for the drama. Oh, you ride for Hella. Oh, you're sweet. Not true at all. Dali is in his furry outfit. Please no. Please no.
Sorry, Dali.
Someone actually used Nancy's video to criticize Andrea. How? What do you mean, Moon Goddess? What are you talking about? Nancy Grace said, YouTubers, true crime design, and more.
Nancy Grace is a YouTuber.
Jesus.
Remember that. She is a YouTuber. She's been nothing but a YouTuber for quite some time because she's rarely on actual TV anymore. But she does have a YouTube channel.
It's true.
Nothing else.
Nancy is still responsible for what she plays. If I was Andrea, I would be pissed too. Yeah. The only thing Andrea said was that Nancy flew into court for 2 hours and then acted like she'd been there. And I was there in chat that day. And she had made a note on her notepad that at 10 a.m. Nancy Grace left the room.
Yeah.
And that was all she said. She didn't make a big deal of it. She didn't go bitch about her or anything like that. She just said, made a note, Nancy Grace left the room 10 a.m. That was it. Take of that what you will.
Yeah, but Nancy Grace represents that she's been there more or less from day one and watched all of it. And no, she went there one day for less than 2 hours and then left.
And Andrea also had commented that after the state's case, the court room had no one seems to be sticking around for the defense. I do remember that as well. Like a lot of the press, etc., clearing out. But you know what? Thinking about it, Nancy Grace doing that and just kind of like you said, Hella,
yeah.
Andrea's doing fine. She's doing perfectly fine. Nancy Grace isn't helping her by putting her name out there. And it's damaging, if anything, it's damaging Andrea's reputation or the perception of her coverage on this. Because she's given unparalleled coverage in terms of being in the courtroom where there's no cameras, there's no audio. We can't even, we can't see or look at anything. It's just it's like a God tier level kind of coverage thing. And then for whatever reason, Nancy wants to kind of shit it up by just including her with this thing. It is I could definitely see and I'm not a legal person, but that seems like defamation to me.
I don't think it's worth pursuing. I think it's just
funny.
It's interesting for her to call it out. It was cool of her to call it out. That was a bit of a boss move for Andrea to call it out. But is it worth taking much further? Don't really know. Don't know.
How much money does Nancy Grace even have? Trying to get blood from a stone or something?
I would think a lot. That show does
Really?
well. Oh, she'd be making dollars on YouTube, don't you think, Nick?
25 million.
What?
Nancy Grace.
You just her up?
Yeah, she's worth 25 million. Approx.
Ugh,
Might be worth it.
I want to vomit.
Her annual salary is estimated at 8 million.
That's fucking sickening.
Oh.
Folks, you need to support our channels more.
You need to pay us more money.
Seriously, if we are that much behind Nancy Grace, you are not doing your job.
How is this woman making so much money? Have you seen her streams? Are just, they're not even well produced. Like, she legit just barks at the camera, and then she has like 4 people come on and she barks at them, and then she brings up some photos over and over and over again and transitions between them, and then she barks a bit more, and that's it. Like, she doesn't even have my graphics. The cow. Legit. Come on, she could put some effort in. Whoa.
Yeah.
She probably pays someone to
Wow.
do all that controls and probably doesn't pay them very much, I would assume.
Well, she could afford to pay some money.
Remember that time
Lordy.
she part of her nip was shown on TV?
What?
But
Nancy Grace had a nip slip.
Her nip.
Yeah,
pull that up.
Nancy Grace had a nip slip.
I must say I'm not interested.
Yeah,
No!
I'm not gonna show it.
No, she didn't have an Elaine moment, like an Elaine Christmas card moment.
Yeah, she was on Dancing with the Stars, and yeah, it slipped out.
Oh, it was in Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Wow.
That's
Love a
pretty
good
cool.
slip, but not a Nancy one. Right. Okay. Guys. All right. This has been fun. What day is it? For me, it's Sunday. For you, it's what,
For me, it's
Saturday
Sunday.
evening? It is Sunday morning for me. It is Sunday morning. Dear me. Okay, so that means tomorrow for you guys is Sunday. So we're going to do a 100% Delphi again. We're doing Delphi Hearsay for Days, 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Everyone, welcome. And oh, is it a Lego stream tonight? What time? And who's on it? Half Irish? Give us the lowdown. Let me have a look. Tell me all about the Lego stream tonight on David's channel. Tell me all about it. He just can't
Rosalind
help it.
Duke?
Oh,
No.
I don't know who that is.
Wait, is there one tonight?
Well, half
I don't
Irish
think
said
so.
it, so it must be true.
It's not scheduled.
No?
Next week,
No?
though.
Ah. Okay. So, hey, oh, now you're scared? You were on there last time, Taryn. See, this is why you gotta watch Hearsay for Days. You just never know when you're gonna come up on there. And also, where's Phil? Phil, make sure that you do a nice roundup for me, and make sure that you keep the music copyright free, please. I don't want to get struck, my friend. All right. Oh, he pushed it back to next week. Oh, that's fair enough. All right. So yeah, tomorrow we'll do a 100% Delphi Hearsay for Days. Everyone's been talking about Richard Allen all week. It's been the hot topic. So much crazy stuff going around on the internet. I might. They're watching. They are watching the Chandler Halderson case over on Trial TV. My favorite.
That one's a classic. I remember that.
It's my favorite trial ever. It is my
Yes,
favorite
it
trial
is.
ever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
my
was a funny
alter
one.
ego is Alyssa Brandt 55 at gmail.com. So we might go over there. Hey, if I can, I'll just see if
I don't know
can.
if you can.
What are you doing tomorrow, Nick? Or at all?
On Sundays, I'm off.
I know you.
I
We're
might
lucky
do
enough to have you
I might do a
last
members
week.
only thing where I go through where my channel has been, where it's at, and where it's headed. But Sundays generally is my day off.
I know. We were so lucky to have you last week. It was awesome.
Aw.
Very nice of you. But yeah, we might see if we can get Mr. Sean on tomorrow. We haven't had him talk about Delphi, so we'll see.
I had Steve Gosney on today.
Was he on?
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
So I just published his opinion on the YSL prosecutors, which is they should be disbarred.
What do you think about the judge, the current judge?
Yeah, what do you think about the judge?
Current judge is much better than the one they had, but
Yeah.
it's still not good. It's still not good, in my opinion, because they have, for instance, if you go by the Alec Baldwin standard on how to the Brady violation, that Brady violation was weak at best, but it was still a Brady violation. I have at least 40 in the YSL trial that is more severe in Brady violations, and they are still ongoing. At least 40 similar or worse Brady violations in the YSL case that freed Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
So yes, is the current judge better? Yeah, but the standard is like,
Yeah.
does this person not eat its own poo? Yes, good. Let's make it a judge.
Oh my god, segue.
Yeah.
I was talking to Steve just yesterday, actually. I'll pop him a line too. He's
No,
working so
this is my
hard.
words, not Steve's. This is not Steve's words. Those were mine.
Fair. No, I would think. Yeah, that doesn't sound like Steve. But he said he's killing it, actually, as a civil attorney.
Yep.
He's, I bet, I'm not surprised, boss at everything he does. And love to you, Steve, if you're watching at some point. Okay, cool. All right, let's go over to Trial TV and watch a bit of Kat Melinda's interview. So, and Kat had nothing to do with it. She didn't take a bite at all.
No, definitely
No.
not sus.
No, but let's go over and suggest some recipes.
Yes.
That'll be fun. All right, thank you everyone for being here. Eman, this was fun. Let's have you on again sometime.
Yeah, peace, cheers,
you want.
Selma, and yeah, I'll come back on. Suck it, chat. I fucking beat you. I'm here. You're not. You got to look at me. I win.
I love it. Thanks for being on, Nick. Appreciate it.
Yes.
And thanks for the raid. You're a dude. All right, cool. Let's go. Time for the song. Time for the song. Where is it? Where's my song? I can never find the song. Oh, there it is.
Her name was Selma.
She was a Nazi. She was a fake lawyer from the future. She got on YouTube and made some live streams. The co-host is Dali and she dances sometimes. The words are always alarming because she's an 8 or 3. To be attention.